So I get a lot of questions from clients regarding child support, and one of the most popular questions is, what am I going to pay in child support? Or, depending on the custody arrangement, if there is one, what will I receive in child support from parent two on behalf of our children or our child? And what I tell them is that child support is governed by the Child Support Standards Act in New York. And the Child Support Standards Act became effective about 30 years ago. And it's basically a set of guidelines for us as attorneys and the courts, as well as litigants that may not be represented, to really figure out what the child support number will be. And it's kind of like a calculation. And you can go online and you can Google the Child Support Standards Act conversion, and they'll give you a calculator. You plug your income in and it spits a number out at you. And the way that it works is that there are two parts. Part one is, what's the basic child support obligation? And that's the number that the act really spits out at you once you've put your income in. And that's your basic support obligation. That's paid either monthly, bi-weekly, whatever the parties agree to. And then there's a second part that a lot of people are not aware of, and that is the add-on expenses. Add-on expenses are childcare expenses, health insurance premium expenses, and unreimbursed medical expenses. And not all of these expenses are going to be applicable to a specific family. Some kids don't need daycare, they're too old, or it's just not applicable. Some people don't pay for health insurance premiums, but in any event, the Act sets forth how these things will get paid above and beyond what the child support basic obligation is. So when you put your income into this guideline and it spits out a number, you've got your basic support obligation. And the guidelines will actually take both parties' incomes and take a share of each of those incomes and say, okay, let's say you make about the same amount. Well, each party's gonna pay 50% of the add-ons, the daycare, health insurance premiums, unreimbursed medical. So that's how it works. Now, I wouldn't encourage you to go online and take the number that you find in the calculator and take that as it is, because there are a lot of factors that go into how child support is calculated. So while you may have a number that's spit out at you, that may not be the number that a court would find is appropriate. It has to do with so many things. Not everyone's a W-2 wage earner. Some people have cash businesses. Some children require a little more. Some families require a little bit less. If you're making a substantial amount of money over a certain amount, the Act accounts for that. And so I would really encourage you to seek the help and the guidance of a local attorney that really knows what they're doing and understands the Child Support Standards Act and is experienced in family law and divorce litigation to guide you through and navigate you through these waters. And every case is different.